Test. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the North American International Livestock Exposition Open Red Angus Show on this side of the arena. And again, we've got a class starting off here just with a single entry. And this is a May heifer calf. And I tell you what, this is really a high-quality individual here. Love the way this heifer gets out, and when she gets out and moved, very, very comfortable at the ground. Sits down on those feet like I like to see him, flat and true. Really nice in her joint work as you move up on her, and then length the side, length the body, length the hip, length the muscle, strength the spine. Just one that really fits the parts and pieces together very, very nicely. Just an excellent prospect out here for a May heifer calf.
And over in your Red Angus female show placings in Class 1, first place goes entry number 92, Shady's Miss Ruby, exhibited by Lexi Goins of Crossville, Tennessee. Congratulations. And now entering the ring will be Class 2 April heifer calves. These heifers' date of birth range from April 22nd through April 1st of 2024. Again, now entering the ring will be Class 2 April heifers over in your Red Angus female show. And over in your Belta Galloway show, we are ready for that first class, Class 1 Summer Heifer Calves. Again, we're ready for Class 1 Summer Heifer Calves. And over in your Red Angus female show, your WDA for entry number 98 is a 3.44, and your WDA for entry number 100 will be a 3.48, and entry number 101 will be a 3, and entry number 106 will be a 3.07, and entry number 109 will be a 2.71, and entry number 111 will be a 3.03, and entry number 113 will be a 3.17. Again, now in the ring is Class 2 Red Angus females. And I would like to take this time to introduce your judge over in your Red Angus female show, Mr. Doug Satry from Montauk, Texas. Doug is a purebred and commercial cow-calf operator. He is a main emphasis in is registered Black Angus, also raised Key and Key Angus, Sim Angus, and Club calves. He is raised and sold national champions all across the country, and production priorities are on functional cattle with quality, with high performance and maternal strength. Doug has judged shows in 38 states, Canada, Mexico, and South America. If you could please join me in giving Mr. Doug Satry a big round of applause for being out here on the Green Shavings. And again, over in your Belted Galloway show, we are ready for that first class summer heifer calves. Again, we're ready for Class 1 summer heifer calves. And don't forget to check out lindeysphotos.com to find all your pictures from in the ring shots to backdrop shots. We do appreciate Lindy's Livestock for being our official photographer for the 2024 North American. And I would like to take this time to introduce your Belted Galloway judge here at the North American, Mr. Zach Butler. Zach is from Milton, Tennessee, and owns and operates Butler Creek Farms with his wife Autumn and two girls, Henley and Emery, and parents Michael and Barb. He is a graduate of Blackhawk East and Oklahoma State and has judged numerous shows all across the country. If you could please join me in welcoming Mr. Zach Butler.
Good morning. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you today to sort through your Belted Galloway show, and a good way to start off here this morning. I like this young lady's calf to go ahead and lead off. I think in this particular drive, compared to the heifer that stands right below her, she just has a little more length of spine, a little more extended from end to end. You get in behind the cattle, a little more width to spread down her top and out through her hip. Just a really nice heifer to go ahead and lead things off with. I don't mind the gray marked heifer from the profile. I think the heifer patterns up really good. She's good in her line. She's got some balance to her. I think at the end of the day, though, for me, she's a little shorter coupled, a little flatter sided when you get in behind them compared to that class winner, but a nice way to start off the show. Congratulations to both those two exhibitors.
And thank you, Zach. And first place in Class 1 over in your purebred Belted Galloway show. First place goes to entry number 2, Spring Hill Got Ya, exhibited by Avery Setson of Ohio. And second place in that class will go to entry number 1, Rahe Family Miss America, exhibited by Carly and Sean Denton. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering the ring will be Class 2 Late Spring Heifer Calves. Again, entering the ring now is Class 2 Purebred Belted Galloways.
Over on our red Angus side, really a high quality class of April heifer calves out here in front of us, and there's some give and take in each one of these females out here. But again, the total quality and the overall quality in this class from end to end is really, really spectacular. And my recommendation or my compliments to the breeders, bringing out just an excellent set of calves out here. There's some differences as we work down the line here in regards to frame size and width and depth. It depends on where you want to put your priorities. So again, I got a pair of heifers up here that fit together in my mind very nicely up here, and the heifer I'm going to choose to start the class off with. This is one here that just hits me pretty hard in regards to the overall quality that she has. Love the way she sits down on the ground, like the way her knee sets back into her, like her hock design. And when she moves away from you, that's probably where she has the advantage over the heifer right behind her. She's just a notch more wider in her base width than we have in our second place heifer, and she carries that all the way up. Nice turn to her top. I like the way she fits together out of her forerib on back. She's maybe just a notch more open at the top of her shoulder, but again, not bad at all in regards to the overall total package, but again, just a real powerhouse heifer calf. Love the phenotypic design of this heifer that's in second. Really up-fronted female, really classy and sexy as you look at her in that front 1/3. She gives up a little bit of overall body width and dimension, especially when you get in that lower 1/3 when you compare to the heifer that wins the class. But I love that phenotypic design and overall length of side and length of hip that this female has, and the strength of top that she has when she carries it all together. Got a pair of heifers that come next together that fit together very, very nicely. A little more up in their frame here, and again, that's not a bad thing. But bigger thing on this pair of heifers is that I just like to pull them apart just a notch more. Love their strength that they have in their overall skeletal structure and design and their freedom of movement. Again, I just like to widen them in their overall width, structure, to move them up any higher in the class or keep that pair together to win the class. Heifer that comes next in line, really nicely designed, and I love the way she fits together end to end from a phenotypic design. Again, she's a little more refined in through her bone work. I like to set her knee back just a notch more on her. Again, you like the overall eye appeal that she has. Again, another one you just like to pull apart just a little bit more from a width standpoint. And a pair of heifers that close out her class. Not quite the overall balance and width and overall feminine designs up in the front or the rear 1/3, but again, high quality cattle. Just an excellent class of April heifer calves.
Back over here on the Belted Galloway side, another good pair of cattle here to sort. I like the young lady's black heifer to go ahead and lead things off. Again, a little more substance, a little more width, just a little more overall performance, I think, at the end of the day. But you study them in terms of their build. She is the one that I think is a little more ideal in the set to her hind leg, a little more correct in the angle to her shoulder and the set to her knee. A female that I like a great deal to go ahead and lead off in this class. Young man's heifer is going to come second here. Again, really attractive, really extended up through that front 1/3. Appreciate those things about her. Just needs a little more punch at the end of the day. She gets a little more refined in her build, but I do like the style and the look that she offers out here as well. Congratulations to both of them.
And placings in Class 2 over in your purebred Belted Galloway show. First place goes to entry number 4, Spring Hill Gia, exhibited by Mark Snyder. And second place in that class will go to entry number 3, Gypsies Morphine, exhibited by Carla and Sean Denton. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering the ring is Class 3 Early Spring Heifer Calves. And placings in Class 2 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes entry number 101, a PCMC Miss Pecan Pie, M403, exhibited by Presley McQueen of Russellville, Ohio. And second place in that class will go to entry number 109, TC Sugar M34, exhibited by Ty Scott and Callie Byer of Ringlow, Wisconsin. And third place in that class will go to entry number 100, SHRPT CITAS Penny, exhibited by SharePoint Farm of Angon, Virginia. And fourth place in that class will go to entry number 111, AMBE Missy, M31, exhibited by Amelia Beatty of Crossville, Tennessee. And fifth place goes to entry number 106, exhibited by Addison Vall of Forest, Mississippi. And sixth place in that class will go to entry number 98, exhibited by Andrew Zimmerman of Newark, Ohio. And seventh place goes to entry number 113, exhibited by Ethan Snadel of Danville, Ohio. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. And now in the ring is Class 3 March Calves. Again, now in the ring is Class 3 March Calves over in your Red Angus female show. And your WDA for entry number 15 will be 3.18, and for entry number 17 will be 3.15, and for entry number 123 will be for 3.15. Entry number 124 will be 3.05, and entry number 125 will be 2.99, and entry number 127 will be 2.96. Again, now in the ring is Class 3 March Calves over in your Red Angus female show.
Another real high quality class over here in our belted Galloway ring. And I think from end to end, there's things in each of these heifers that you can certainly appreciate. For me, though, at the end of the day, this young lady's wide belted heifer, I think, wins rather handily. Just in terms of her balance, in terms of her look and presence out here in the ring, I think her second to none. Then you get to really pulling her apart and evaluating her, and this heifer just fits together really, really well. I think she's super good in her top line, correct out of her hip, really maternal and bold through the center part of that skeleton. An easy one for me to go ahead and lead off with in this particular class. I think the pair to sort is 2 and 3. They're a little different type and kind of heifers. I like the young lady's heifer here in 2 in terms of her length of body, her extension. I read some future and some longevity in this female. She's really good at the ground. I think that's where she has an advantage. She's a little more correct in the set to her knee, a little more ideal in the slope and angle that she's got to that hock and rear pastern as she gets out and goes as well. Is she as deep-sided as the heifer that comes right in behind her? Probably not, but there's enough rib in this female. You get in behind her and she still offers some thickness and some true width and dimension as well. The heifer in 3 is unique in her own right. Really big-bodied heifer that's got some foot size and some bone work. I think for me, she just reads to be a little bit shorter coupled, a little straighter, more upright in the angle to that knee and the way that blade is set onto her skeleton, but still a high-quality female and certainly some things to appreciate. The young lady's heifer that's going to conclude the class, probably as attractive as any of them when you study them up through their front 1/3, just needs to have a little more body, a little more mass and power to run with some of those other cattle, but a good class. Congratulations to all of them.
Over on a red Angus side here, again, another high-quality class of March heifer calves out here. One that surfaces to the top for me rather easily here. Just love the phenotypic design of this one, but beyond that, you start to look at her from an overall quality standpoint, what I like to look for in replacement females. This one has the balance, the feminine design up front and back behind. Then she's also good at the ground. It has a knee set back into her, sets flat on the ground, very comfortable as she moves around the ring. You get up above that, carries herself nicely into her spine is on the stance and then also on the move. Long hip, long muscled, long strided female. Just really a nice prospect to start off the class here. Then it gets a little closer here between 2 and 3, but I went with the heifer with just a little more base width to her, a little more overall body volume to her without being extra waisty down below. Female certainly has got enough extension up and through her front 1/3, but again, a female that fits together and transitions very nicely from end to end. Just a little more drop down in through that center part of her body than the heifer that follows her in the class. Not quite the overall phenotypic design and balance that we have from an end product standpoint as we look at her and compare her to the heifer that wins the class, but another high quality individual that's certainly very, very good. And as you look at her further down the road, love the length of side of this female that comes in 3rd. Strong top, long hip, long muscled female. Again, I'd like to just widen her underneath just a notch more. Again, transition her off of her forearm into her lower heart just a little bit better as you compare to the 2 heifers up ahead of her, but really a freshly designed, nice maternal looking female here. Certainly got a lot of promise to her. We start to break a little bit in our class here. We get some differences here. So females don't want to fit together quite as nicely or transition as nicely from end to end. The darker red heifer comes next in line, just as you compare to the 2 right behind her. Certainly a nice enough one, but again, I like to change the way she fits together off of that neck into that shoulder and shoulder into the foreribs. Same way with the heifer, the lighter one in the middle there. Again, big body, big volume, nice turn to her top, and a lot of dimension to this one in that rear 1/3. It's a front 1/3 that I like to change on her from her shoulder forward. We're heifer to close out our class. Again, structural issues come into view on this one here. That's why she's at that end of the class. But a high-quality class of March heifer calves.
And placings in Class 3 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes inch number 127, TW Miss Lulu, exhibited by Twin Willow Farms of Springfield, Missouri. And second place in that class goes to inch number 125, JK Majestic, exhibited by Addison Voel of Forest, Mississippi. Third place goes inch number 124, AKW Miss Annie, PS 304M, exhibited by Max Richardson of Menardville, Tennessee. Fourth place goes inch number 123, GC 129M Safari, exhibited by Goose Creek Farm of Whiteford, Maryland. Fifth place in that class goes inch number 117, exhibited by Celie Bedwell of Holt, Missouri. And sixth place in that class goes to entry number 115, exhibited by Clayton Hunter of Newark, Ohio. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring will be the selection of your spring calf champion over in your Red Angus female show. And placings in Class 3 over in your Belted Galloway show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 8, Spring Hill Luna, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. Second place goes to entry number 5, Spring Hill Mary, exhibited by Mark Snyder. And third place in that class will go to entry at number 10, Sunnybrook Kinsey, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. And fourth place in that class will go to entry number 9, Sunnybrook Casey, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. Again, congratulations.
Over on a Red Angus side, our first division of Red Angus heifer calves out here in front of us. 3 class winners. The first one just a single entry out here, but again, even as a single entry, I had a lot of promise on this female, and I still do. I'd lay a lot of money on this one on further down the road, a year or two, and once she gets into production. I just like the way this female sits down on the ground and moves. She has that skeletal integrity that I like to see, really strong in her top line and long in her hip and long in her muscle, and then that affects the way she moves, and she moves very, very fluid out here. That's just a very, very nice prospect out here to start off our classes with. Then we get into our competition classes here, and again, the female that wins this middle class here, heifer that just has just a tremendous amount of body dimension to her, muscle shape and design, but yet still staying in that feminine parameter that I like to see. She too is one that is extended enough up and through her front. I don't need a pencil necked or an overall freaky fronted one, but again, she's got enough maternal strength and enough maternal look in through her head and her neck and her front end as you look at her on down the road. Just really going to be a nice, in my opinion, a bull getter kind of a female. Again, a female that certainly has that body dimension and design that I like to see. Nice competitive class in that one. And then we come to our Marsh heifer here that wins our older class here. It's a female that just puts a lot of good things together, from a phenotypic design, from an overall style and balance design, from a strength of top and nice underline, and then dimension of bone. She's certainly adequate in that regards. More so, she's set back into her knee, good in through her hock and nice and flat, and sits flat on those feet on the ground. Extremely comfortable for as much body as she's got out here. Again, a female, it just puts a lot of good things together. You get in front of her and you get behind her, she's got that width and those points that you like to see in that lower 1/3. Just really a nice female with a nice tail head setting, length of muscle, just really a nice one in that regard. Same way with the one that was second in that class, so really a nice female. Those two fit together very, very nicely. So with that said, I'll go out and I'll select our champion, pretty much know where I'm going to go. We'll pick a reserve here and give these exhibitors a round of applause, if you would, please.
And congratulations, your spring calf champion over in your Red Angus female show goes into number 127, TW Miss Lulu, 404M, exhibited by Twin Willow Farms of Springfield, Missouri. Congratulations.
Over here in the Belted Galloway show, an interesting class, one of the bigger classes that we've had so far here this morning, and a lot of trade-offs, a lot of differences amongst the cattle in terms of build, in terms of performance, I think from end to end. And I'll be honest with you, there's maybe just not a home run hitter in a particular drive, but for me, at the end of the day, this heifer here, I think, does the most good things for me. She's bold, she's broody, she's soft and easy in her rib shape. She's a female that gives you kind of a real easy keeping type of look. I think she gets out on the move and she's acceptable. I would change her at the stand just a little bit in terms of how her shoulder lays onto her skeleton. I want to maybe just tidy that up a little bit, but still a heifer that's got some power, got some substance to go along with it. Just a real cow prospect, I think, to lead things off. From there, it becomes a little more challenging. Definitely some things that you can do differently on down through the class. And I'm going to go ahead and use this young lady's heifer here in 2. I think just in terms of her build, she's really good. She's correct in her angles. She's good in her line. She's attractive. You know, does she have enough to her? Probably not. But again, just from a structural standpoint, I think she maybe is as good as any in the class. She's laid onto her skeleton, the way her shoulder sits there, really, really ideal. She's really good when we ask her to go. I really like the build and the structure in this heifer to keep her here towards the top end of this class. Young ladies heifer here in 3, a little stouter, a little more powerful, a little more robust in terms of her center body. For me, though, she just gets a little shorter coupled. Maybe, again, not quite as angular in regards to the set to her shoulder and to her knee and how it's laid on there, but still a quality female that's got some thickness and some power. The young ladies heifer coming next is a little more extended, a little longer. I like that length of spine, that length of hip compared to the one right in front of her. Again, structurally, I'd change this one just a little bit up front. Want to soften her up through the center part of her rib. Our young lady's female that's coming next here in line, again, attractive, good in her lines, just gets a little too frail and refined for me. And then our young ladies heifer we're going to conclude the class with probably does have a little more thickness and power than the one standing right in front of her. But I think structurally this is the one that maybe has the most issues off of both ends of that skeleton. Just want to reassemble her there, and I think she gets a little more competitive, but a high quality class once again. Congratulations to them.
And placings in Class 4 over in your Belto Galloway female show are as followed. First place goes to entry at number 17, Spring Hill Layla, exhibited by Mark Snyder. And second place in that class will go to entry number 14, Riversmith Miley What's Good, exhibited by Abigail Gant. And third place in that class will go to entry at number 11, Sunnybrook Laney, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. And fourth place in that class will go to entry number 19, Elizabeth Livestock Adeline, exhibited by Elizabeth Eaton. And fifth place in that class will go to entry number 13, RDL Miss Maple, exhibited by Charlotte Albach. And sixth place in that class will go to entry number 16, SEBO Diamond, exhibited by Reagan Swell. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering will be your selection of your champion junior heifer calf. And over in your Red Angus show, your reserve spring heifer calf champion will go to entry number 125, JK Majestic, exhibited by Addison Voel of Forest, Mississippi. And again, entering the ring now is Class 6. It's Class 6, Red Angus females. Again, entering the ring now is Class 6, Red Angus females. The WDA for entry number 133 will be 2.54, and for 135 will be 3.01, and for entry number 136 will be 2.60, and one for 138 will be 3.00, and for entry number 139 will be 2.71, and for entry number 141 will be 2.29. Again, entering now is Class 6.
Getting ready to pick this first division over here in your Belto Galloway show. And again, 4 really high-quality class winners that we bring out here in the respective seconds as well, standing there behind them. I'm not going to go back through and talk the cattle again, but there's one that really stands out for me just in terms of her balance, her look, her structure. I think she wins rather handily. The pair is the finding the reserve is the kind of the hard thing, I think, in this particular deal between 2 or 3 others that I like a lot. But I'll go out and show you the ones that I like best. If you would, give them a nice round of applause.
And your division champion over in your Belto Galloway show goes to entry number 8, Spring Hill Luna, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. And your reserve division champion will go to entry at number 4, Spring Hill Gia, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. And we are now ready for your Class 7 Winter Heifer Calves over in your Belta Galloway show. Again, we're ready for Class 7 Winter Heifer Calves.
Nice pair over here in the Belted Galloway ring. I'm going to use this young lady's heifer as just a little more extended, a little longer sided type of female. I like her angularity as well up front out of that shoulder and knee to go ahead and lead off with. Young lady's heifer there in 2 is probably a little softer there in terms of her rib from the side. I think for me, though, she just gets a little more uncoordinated in the way she's wanting to go, and certainly not acting the best out here today, but still a quality female that's got some bone and some foot.
And placings in class number 7 over in your Belta Galloway show are as followed. First place goes to the birthday girl, SEBO Elvira, exhibited by Elsa Swell. Congratulations, and a happy birthday to Elsa. And second place in that class will go to entry number 24, NWT Farms Lucy, exhibited by NTW Farms. Again, congratulations. Now in your class will be class 8.
On our Red Angus side here, again, a nice challenging pair and really good pair of females to lead off this class in this February part of the show. Again, 2 heifers, some differences in them, and again, some parts and pieces you'd like to change about each one of them, but again, 2 high quality individuals up here that match together, and that's probably why they ended up 1 and 2. Heifer used to start the class off with, again, my main reason, or the differing factor here is I just like the way this heifer lays in off of her forearm into her lower heart, and then that lower 1/3 in the center part of her body and the lower 1/3 back behind. Again, a female that fits together very, very nicely, transitions very, very nicely, has that balance that I like to see in one. Nice up-headed female, again, has that maternal promise as you look at her into her front 1/3 and then also back behind. She's not as wide pinned female as we have in the heifer that comes in second. But again, the overall total combination of parts and pieces that I look to, she has the most positives for me out here today. I love the way this female in second looks from behind. I like the way that hip structure is in her. I like that with the pin set. I like that width into that center and lower parts of her quarter. That's where she has the advantage over the other one. She, as you get and study her from the side view profile, she's more than adequate in depth of rib. I just like the way that center rib cage fits into the one that wins the class just a little bit nicer. Just the way she transitions off of her forearm into her heart, and then from that rear rib and flank, there's just got a little more dimension in our class winner. But again, I love the way this one fits in her top of her shoulder, into over a rib cage from loin edge to loin edge, long hip, nice tail head set, that upper 1/3. It's extremely nice in this female, ultra feminine up in the front, just really a nice one that sits down on the ground and moves very, very free and comfortable out here. I like this heifer that comes in third. This is an intriguing heifer for me. She doesn't fit the first two heifers, but again, her quality is so high in regards to just body width and dimension to that center part of her, but yet she's feminine enough on either end that you like to see. I just like to give her another rib of length out here to compete a little bit more with those other two. And again, the way the overall extension in that she has is more than adequate. But again, body length is how she ended up in that third hole today. Then we come into a pair of heifers that next in line here, just a pair of heifers here, just not the overall center body dimension or the overall structural correctness. Heifer that closes out our class here, again, a little more conventional in her overall makeup and design. Big body, big centered female, but again, just like to give transition from end to end, like to give her a little more balance.
And placings in Class 6 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 135, TC Lola 48M, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. And second place in that class will go to entry number 139, Sandridge Mia 4505, exhibited by Addison Voel of Forest, Mississippi. Third place in that class will go to entry number 136, BJF Rosie Sita 4040M, exhibited by BJ Farms of Henning, Minnesota. Fourth place will go to entry number 141, RFIF Girl Power 4012, exhibited by Sage Revels of Webster, Florida. And fifth place in that class will go to entry number 133, exhibited by Dylan Red Genetics of Newark, Ohio. And sixth place goes entry number 138, exhibited by Emma Chamberlain of Colcamp, Missouri. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is Class 7. And your WDA for Class 7 in your Red Angus show are as followed. Your WDA for 144 is 2.81, and for 146 is 2.78.
Another quality class over here in the Belted Galloway ring, and some differences and trade-offs once again amongst these cattle. The young lady's heifer I'm going to use to start with, again, just from a balance standpoint, I think she best suits me. I think you get these cattle out on the go, and she's fluid and correct in her stride. She's smooth in her muscle pattern, but yet still has some width and some dimension to her when you get in behind the cattle. Real attractive up through the front 1/3 as well. A lot to like in her. That for calf that's coming out here next in line, again, I think at the profile, you appreciate her in terms of her lines, the shape that she's got to her rib cage. For me, when I get in behind her, I think of these initial three, she's probably the narrowest set in her pins, just kind of tapers and gets a little too narrow base there as she goes away from me. But I do like her pattern. I like her look. It's her structure that still keeps her over the one that stands right behind her. She is laid in a little better there about her shoulder and her knee. Certainly appreciate those things about her. The heifer coming here in third, a little more higher performing, a little longer sided. She does have more width to her pins and dimension down her top. Just want to tweak this one up through the way she's assembled up front in terms of the slope to her shoulder and the angle to her knee there a little bit. I think you change her there and it gets quite a bit closer there in that 2 and 3 lineup. The young lady's heifer that's going to come next, stout, powerful, big boned one. Again, structurally just a little too tight, a little more restricted for me. And then our young lady's calf we're going to conclude with, a lot of the same can be said there. Big-footed, heavy bone, stout, got some muscle, just a little too upright in the angle on both ends of that skeleton for me out here today. But a nice class. Congratulations.
On our Red Angus side over here, just a pair of January heifer calves and logical decision here between the two out here. gentleman's heifer that's first in the lineup here, leading off the lineup here. This is one that just comes to me just with just a tremendous amount of overall power, along with the phenotypic design and look that I like to see, with that maternal strength up front and back behind that gives you that promise. Then you get her on motion, and she's certainly very comfortable as she moves around the ring. If I were to change her just ever so slightly, just like to strengthen her in her hock, just get her, have her drive that hind leg just a notch more. But again, more than adequate, and certainly a lot of longevity in that female there. That's what I like to change about the heifer that's in second. You start at the ground, and she's a little more upright in through her pastern, a little more harder in through her hock, not quite as loose in that regard there. She's not as fluid in her movement as we have in our class winner. Now you get up above that, she's got all the power and all the dimension that you want in that regards. Again, maybe pull that tail head back, but again, with her overall build, that's the way you get those tail heads sitting in there like that. But again, female has certainly got a lot of quality to her, and I wish the young man best of luck on down the road.
Another division lineup here in our Belted Galloway show, and two nice class winners and two real good seconds there that stand right in behind them. I think we get these cattle back out here, and the young ladies heifer out of that first class. Really long, really extended female. I like those things about her. She's good at the ground when we get her into motion. You know, maybe compared to the heifer right in behind her, maybe just doesn't have quite the presence and the style and look, but still a quality female. And then I think an excellent one there to come out of that second class with a high-quality heifer that stands right in behind her as well. I'm going to keep those two together in this particular drive for your champion in reserve. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
And catching up over in your Belted Galloway show, first placing, and excuse me, your champion senior heifer calf goes to entry number 30, SKEW Safari, exhibited by Kyle and Emily Wilkerson. And your reserve division champion will go to entry number 25, River Smith Hot Girl Summer, exhibited by Abigail Gant. Congratulations.
Over on our Red Angus side, second heifer calf division out here, Januaries and Februaries. Again, four really high-quality females out here in front of us, class winners. Assimilate themselves together pretty nicely out here. Some differences as you look at the two of them, but again, the younger heifer leading off the lineup here, the February. Again, just big-bodied female, nice turn to her top. Again, feminine on both ends, a lot of maternal strength. Again, a female that isn't the most overpowering one of the four heifers out here from a muscle standpoint. When you look at her from behind, she's adequate in that regards, but again, I just like her maternal strength and promise that she has. January heifer that wins the second class just turns up the notch, or turns up the burner just a whole bunch more here, again, in regards to body shape and development and overall power and design, muscle mass, but yet still staying feminine. Again, has that extension that you like to see in a nice feminine front, but transitions nicely off that neck into her shoulder and shoulder into her forerib, and then balances nicely in the center part of her body. Long hip female, nice tail head setting in her. Again, a female that's certainly got a lot of quality and a lot of strength to her. She'll be your champion in this division, the January heifer, and we'll pull that other one over. Structure issues get to the one that's second in this class here, so we're going to keep our class winners together for champion reserve and give them exhibitors a round of applause, if you would, please.
Just a single entry back over in the Belted Galloway ring, but a quality heifer. I think real attractive up front. Her neck ties high there at the top side of her shoulder. She opens up into a good rib cage. We'll see how she compares here in this next division when we bring her back out. But congratulations, young man.
And first place in Class 11, late summer yearling heifer over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry at number 35, Chisoma Luna, exhibited by Andrew Chisholm. Congratulations. Now in the ring is Class 12 summer yearling heifers. And catching you up over in your Red Angus female show, placings for Class 7 are as followed. First place and going to be your junior heifer calf champion goes to entry number 144, TC Fancy 16M, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. And second place in Class 7 goes to entry number 146, AKW Sally Annie, exhibited by Max Richardson of Menardville, Tennessee. And your reserve junior heifer calf champion will go to entry number 135 at TC Lola 48M, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Now in the ring is Class 10 over in your Red Angus female show. And your WDAs for Class 10 are as followed. Entry number 151 will be a 2.63, and entry number 152 will be a 2.60, and for entry number 94 will be 2.67.
Another good pair here in the Belted Galloway ring, and an outstanding one to go ahead and lead off. I think just one you start at the ground in terms of foot size and bone work. This one's really good. I love her there. You get her out on the go. She's fluid and athletic. She looks like a cow in terms of her rib shape, just super maternal in her kind. Really a long-sided one that's got some width and some dimension. We've seen some maybe just a shot more attractive up front. Yes, but I think this one's still really, really good to look at. I like how her neck ties there at the top side of her shoulder. Just a real practical, easy-doing type of cow prospect for this young lady. Heifer in second with a little narrower belt. Still a female that's got some quality. She's good ribbed. She's stout. She's got some muscle and some dimension when you get in behind her. Relation to that class winner, she doesn't have maybe the substance and the power there at the ground in terms of bone and foot. You get her out on the go, and she is a little more upright in her shoulder and into her knee than their class winner, but still a quality pair. Congratulations to both of them.
And placings in class number 12 over in your Belted Galloway show are as followed. First place goes entry number 37, Spring Hill County Line Jovi, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. And second place in that class will go to entry number 38, OPF Hold My Halo, exhibited by Olivia Graham. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring will be the selection of your champion intermediate heifer.
Over on our Red Angus side here, a pair of fall or trio of November heifers here, fall yearling heifers, right at a year of age right now. Again, three individuals out here that are some differences between them. The one that puts the combination of most positive traits together of the trio is the young lady's heifer right in front of me here. Again, just from a body balance standpoint, from a structural integrity standpoint, she's the one that puts she's the combination female. I like the way she sits in her top 1/3. Again, she gets in motion. She takes a nice long stride. The one that, from a management standpoint, she'll be one you'll have to watch so she doesn't get outside of herself as she gets a little more weight on her and gets heavy with calf. But again, a nice female to start the class off with. It's close here between 2 and 3. I chose the darker red heifer just from an overall width standpoint. She's wider between her knees and her hocks than the heifer right behind her. Again, she's got a little more substance to her, a little more overall depth to her in regards to overall total dimension. Again, lacks a little more femininity up and through that front 1/3 than I'd like to see. The heifers on either side of her have that advantage. But again, a female has just got a lot of more total product to her in my mind out here. Heifer that closes out our class, nice profiling female. Again, she gets closed in a little tighter in that lower 1/3. And again, I like her length and I like her side length, and I like her strength at top. Again, she's a nice flat-shouldered female, but again, that's also goes into a little flatter rib shape and design, a little flatter in her muscle shape, just like the widener in her overall underneath the 1/3.
Another division lineup over here in our Belted Galloway show, and not quite the numbers that we've had up to this point, but still quality is really, really strong. Again, I'm not going to go back through and talk them a great deal, but the heifer out of that second class, I think, just overwhelms in terms of power and substance and structural integrity. She's going to be our champion. We'll bring that second place female back in to compete for reserve, but let's give them all a nice round of applause.
And your champion intermediate heifer over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 37, Spring Hill County Line Jovi, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. And your reserve division champion will go to entry number 38, OPF Hold My Halo, exhibited by Olivia Graham. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering the ring is Class 15 Late Spring Yearling Heifers. And placings in class number 10 over in your Red Angus female show. First place goes inch number 94, FCFR Roxy 374, exhibited by Lauren Walter of Aveston, Illinois. And second place goes inch number 151, RFCC Maryland 902L, exhibited by Max Richardson of Menardville, Tennessee. Third place goes inch number 152, 3 Aces Lena 9153, exhibited by Layla Sims of McNewen, Tennessee. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is Class 11 Senior Heifer Calves.
Just a single entry here in the Belted Galloway show, but a real attractive one. Maybe as long and extended up front as any that we've had. I love the way her neck ties in high there at the top side of that shoulder. You get her out on the go. She's fluid. She's athletic. You know, she's maybe not overwhelming in terms of muscle shape, but I think she's adequate. She's good-bodied. She's deep and soft and maternal in her look. Nice heifer here for this single entry. Congratulations.
And first place in Class 15 over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 41, Sunnybrook Holly, exhibited by Alice Yankee. Congratulations. Now in the ring is Class 16 Spring Yearling Heifers. Again, entering the ring now is Class 16 Belted Galloway Heifers. And your WDAs for class number 11 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. Entry number 155 will be 2.43. Entry number 156 will be 2.68. Entry number 157 will be 2.27. Entry number 96 will be a 2.69. Entry number 159 will be 2.72. Entry number 160 will be 2.52. Entry number 162 will be 2.54. Entry number 164 will be 2.62, and entry number 165 will be 2.20. Again, now in the ring is Class 11 Red Angus females.
Another good class over here in our belted Galloway ring, a high quality one to go ahead and lead off. Again, I think at the ground, huge feet, big legs, a lot to like there. When you get her into motion, she doesn't disappoint. She's collected and fluid and athletic, super maternal and bold in her rib cage. A lot to like in that one. I think she wins handily here in this particular lineup. The pair sport for me is 2 and 3. I think you got cattle that offer little differences. I like the look, the muscle shape, the dimension in this young man's heifer here in 2. She's really up-headed and attractive through her front 1/3. She's got a lot of length of body and length of spine. I think she has those advantages as well over the heifer there in 3. The heifer here in 3, the one that's a little browner tinge, probably is a little softer from the side in terms of her depth of body. I think you compare, though, back to that class winner. She gets a little coarser in her makeup, maybe not quite as much lower stifle and hip in that one as the heifer that we go ahead and hedge right ahead of her. And then our female that we're going to conclude the class with, again, fresh, feminine in her makeup, but again, just a little too refined out here for me today. Nice class, real good one there to lead off.
And placings in Class 16 over in your Belted Galloway female show are as followed. First place goes entry number 46, Sunnybrook Athena, exhibited by Maddie TB. And second place in that class goes entry number 42, Cardinal Crest Delightful Jade, exhibited by Lily Terrell. And third place in that class goes entry number 45, Moonshadow Yuki, exhibited by Kristen Hendersott. And fourth place goes entry number 43, Elizabeth Livestock Odessa, exhibited by Elizabeth Eaton. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering the ring will be Class 17 Junior Yearling Heifers. Again, making her way into the ring is Class 17 Belted Galloways. Again, ladies and gentlemen, around ringside, don't forget to check out lindysPhotos.com to get all your photos and backdrop photos from this week's show here in Broadbent and Freedom Hall. We do appreciate Lindy's Livestock photographers for being with us this week at the North American.
On a red Angus side over here, again, this is another tremendous quality class from end to end here. And again, differences sort you, but again, differences all for the right reasons. And the dark red heifer is going to win the class here, in my opinion. This is an elegant female. When I look at replacement females, or what I like replacement females to look like, at this stage of the game, we're talking, 13 months of age here, plus a little more. But again, ones that are just made right at the ground, right in their skeleton, right in their overall body length and design and skeletal integrity. And then with the transition of overall smoothness of pattern, but you have some width up high and width down low, and then travel free and easy forward on all 4 feet. Just that one there crosses a lot of T's and dots a lot of I's. Heifer that comes in second. This is another one, a lot like the heifer that wins the class in here. Not as long-sided, in my opinion, out here, but again, a really good one that's made very, very nicely. And again, you'd love to have these two to work with in a breeding program, because they just bring a lot to the table in that regards to offer. I love the way this one puts her front 1/3 together. She probably has just a notch more drop down in the center part of her body, but again, I like that overall look that she has. I just prefer the look of the dark red heifer just a notch more today. She moves around the ring very, very nicely. That's just really a high quality individual. Same way with the one that comes in third here. Again, from her point of her shoulder on back, this is one powerhouse individual here, and that's probably why she not quite as exquisite or not quite as feminine up and through her head and in through her neck as we have in the other two, but again, one that you would certainly like to work with in regards to a breeding program. Tremendous amount of power, tremendous amount of width, the base in this one here. Then we break in our class here just a little bit, but again, we've got a trio of heifers that come next from an overall balance standpoint, from an overall structure integrity. These cattle put it together very, very nicely. Again, they just gonna get outpowered, and from a phenotypic design, just don't quite have that overall balance that I like to see from a side and then off on a 3D angle. Again, but cattle that certainly have a lot of parts and pieces to work with, high quality individuals. The remaining 3 heifers in the class, again, balance is the bigger thing out here. The way they fit together, just like to transition them better from end to end or give them a little more structural integrity. But again, just a tremendous high-quality set of cattle in this September-October class in our Red Angus show. Tremendous trio at the top of the class.
In the belted Galloway ring, 3 really nice ones once again, and within that trio, I think we've got a high quality one to go ahead and lead off from her shoulder back, just super bold and maternal in her rib shape, really good at the ground in terms of her foot size and her bone work. I like her look up through her front 1/3 as well. We get her into motion, maybe gets just a little more upright in the angle to her shoulder than ideal, but I think she handles it well when we get her out on the go, really relaxed in her spine. Like the angle that she's got to that hind leg and the set to her pasture, and a quality heifer there to go ahead and lead off. Young lady's female here in 2 that's coming out, I think matches her just in terms of her body type and her bone work. She's a female that's bold and opened up through the center part of her skeleton. She maybe doesn't come with that added look and presence of the heifer that we used to start with, but I certainly appreciate just the rib shape and the easy flesh and look that she offers out here today. And then our young lady's female that we're going to conclude the class with. Again, another high-performing one that's not lacking some substance and some power. I think in this particular drive, she gets a little harder in her rib just in terms of depth of body. And again, a little more upright in the slope and angle to that shoulder for me, just not quite as fluid when we get her out on the go. But an excellent, excellent class. All 3 really nice heifers.
On our Red Angus side, we got a division of our fall heifers from September through December, I would guess. We've got an October and a November out here as our class winners facing each other here that's closest to me. Again, 2 very, very good heifers out here. One that just pretty much excels the lineup out here of the foursome heifers in the darker red heifer. Just really an elegant individual for a fall senior heifer calf, in my opinion. Both these are very, very good, but again, the high quality class was the second class out here. Again, both of these heifers bring a lot to the table in regards to just the cattle industry as you look at replacement females that you want to keep, and we'll keep that pair together out of the second class and give them a round of applause for 2 really competitive females.
And over in your Red Angus female show, placings in Class E11 are as followed. 150, first place goes to entry number 156, KJHT FCFR Luxury 3021, exhibited by Delaney Nalor of Connorsville, Indiana. She will also be your fall calf champion. Congratulations. And second place in that class will go to entry number 162, Miss Pride 351L, exhibited by Eric Ashworth of Commerce, Georgia. He will also be your reserve fall calf champion. Third place in Class 11 goes to entry number 159, 3 Aces Tinkerbell, exhibited by Lona Sims of McEwen, Tennessee. Fourth place in Class 11 goes to entry number 157, FCFR Roxy, exhibited by Michaela Massey of London, Kentucky. Fifth place goes to entry number 164, exhibited by Olivia Naylor of Connorsville, Indiana. Sixth place in that class goes to entry number 96, 3 Aces Verona, exhibited by Regan Bostick of Puryear, Tennessee. Seventh place goes entry number 165, exhibited by Tinley Doran of Henning, Minnesota. And eighth place in that class goes entry number 160, exhibited by Max Richardson of Menardville, Tennessee. Ninth place goes entry number 155, exhibited by Tila Padlock of Union Springs, New York. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Back over in the Belted Galloway ring, another extremely high-quality divisional lineup. Three of these class winners. Our young ladies heifer out of that first class, again, real striking, real attractive. Maybe doesn't have the punch, the power, the substance that we see in the two heifers behind her, but some things to like. For me, it does come down to heifers out of Class 2 and 3 out here today. A little different in their type and kind. I'll tell you a little bit more about them. Our young ladies heifer out of Class 2 there. Again, I think this one starts at the ground and is just incredible in regards to her structure. Really good in her bone work and in her foot size. Like I said, we asked this one to go, and she's right in her angles. She really gets out and reaches and feels that track from behind. A female that has got a lot of body and power from her shoulders back as well, and lays it onto her skeleton really smooth and ideal for me. Is she is maybe extended up front and is long-bodied in just in terms of length of hip as the heifer right behind her? Probably not, but again, I love this one at the ground. The young lady's heifer here that comes out of that third class, again, she does have a little advantage in terms of length of body, in terms of extension up through her front 1/3. I think for me, though, out here today, she is a little more upright in her shoulder, just maybe not quite getting out and reaching and filling that track as ideal as I would like to see out here today, but still two really high-quality females. I'll go out here and show you how I like them best. Again, let's give these folks a nice round of applause.
And your champion junior heifer over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 46, Sunnybrook Athena, exhibited by Maddie TB. Congratulations. And your reserve division goes to entry number 48, Oatley's Farm Gia, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. Congratulations. And we are now ready for Class 20 Fall Heifers over in your Belted Galloway show. Again, we're ready for Class 20.
Just a single entry here the young lady's got. Again, one really striking from the profile. I think she's fresh and attractive as you study her through that front 1/3. She's a female that's got the right kind of rib shape, really correct in her top line. We'll see how she compares here when we bring her back out in our next division here in just a few moments. But congratulations to her.
And first place in Class 20 over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 53, Eckelman's Arwen, exhibited by Kaylee Eckelman. Congratulations. Now entering the ring is Class 21 Senior Heifers. Again, entering the ring now is Class 21 over in your Belted Galloway show. And in the ring over in your Red Angus show is Class 15. Again, in the ring now is Class 15, and your WDA for entry at number 97 is 2.56.
On our Red Angus side, this is a single entry in this class and also in this intermediate or summer division here. This is a May yearling female out here in front of us, and I tell you what, this one here comes to us just with just a lot of positives to her. Again, you look at her, and just from a phenotypic design, you really have to appreciate her from her overall look and type and kind that she is, but then you start to study her as she walked in the ring here, very comfortable on the ground, feet move all forward in the same direction there, set back in her knee, nice and flat in her hock, and has a nice hock design, relaxed in her rear pasterns, and you get up above that, again, the structural integrity falls into place, like the angle to her shoulder, like overall strength, the top that she has. Maybe you'd like to expand her just a notch in that shoulder fore-rib junction, but that's really nitpicking there. But this is one really maternal strength individual out here with a lot of power and eye appeal, with just extra over-the-top presentation here. This is a very high-quality individual here.
Just a pair of them in the belted Galloway ring, but again, a solid one to go ahead and lead off with. I think this female comes with just a little more foot, a little more substance of bone, a female that's also got a little more shape and just true dimension. I think when you get in behind these cattle is where I like to go ahead and get her to the top. I like the young lady's heifer here in two as well. She's sound, she's fluid in her movement, she's practical in her body depth. You know, she doesn't have that extra punch and power that we see in the heifer that I used to go ahead and win the class, but still a high-quality one there to follow her up. Congratulations to them.
And first place in Class 21 over in your Belted Galloway female show goes to entry number 55, River Smith Priscilla, exhibited by Abigail Gant. And second place in that class goes into number 56, Goshen Farms Safina, exhibited by Olivia Graham. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. We will now be selecting your senior champion heifer calf. And over in your Red Angus female show placings in Class 15 goes first place and automatic intermediate champion goes entry number 97, FCFR Saucy 347, exhibited by Chanton Day of Curo Gordo, Illinois. Congratulations. Now in the ring is Class 18, and their WDAs for Class 18 are as followed. Entry number 174 is 2.19. Entry number 175 is 2.19. 176 is 204. And entry number 178 is 2.39.
Another division here for these belted Galloway females, and not a lot in this particular lineup, but still I think quality from end to end. The young ladies heifer out of the first class, real attractive, real feminine up through that front 1/3. I like her in her rib shape. I like her when we get her out on the go. The young ladies heifer in Class 2, again, good-footed, good enough in her bone work, got some muscle and some shape. She's maybe not quite as extended and maybe just feminine and fresh about that head and neck as the one right in front of her. But these two are the ones that are in contention for me out here today. I like the young ladies heifer out of Class 1 to go ahead and win. We'll follow her up with the grayer heifer here out of Class 2. Congratulations.
And your senior champion heifer over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 55, River Smith Priscilla, exhibited by Abigail Gant. And your reserve champion senior heifer goes to entry number 53, Eckelman's Arwen, exhibited by Kaylee Eckelman. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We are now ready to select your grand champion Belted Galloway here at the North American. And again, now entering the ring will be the selection of your grand champion purebred belt to Galloway here at the North American. I would like to take this time to reintroduce your judge for today, Mr. Zach Butler from Milton, Tennessee. Zach owns and operates Butler Creek Farms with his wife Autumn and two girls, Henley and Emerly, and parents Michael and Barb. He's a graduate of Blackhawk East and Oklahoma State and has judged numerous shows all across the country. If you could please give another round of applause for Mr. Zach Butler.
On our red Angus side over here, April Junior yearlings out here in front of us. And again, 4 heifers. There's parts and pieces I like about every single one of these heifers. But again, the one the young lady has in the red vest that comes to us here, she's the one that most closely resembles the combination of things that I look for, and you compare to the females that have previously walked into the ring. I like this female from an overall balance standpoint and an overall structure standpoint. I like her big foot. I like the way she's relaxed into her knee, sets good down on her hock, and moves those hind legs forward to catch that hole that front leg leaves. Again, you get up above that, she's well-balanced female. You get behind her, and that's where the big telltale difference is when you compare to the other 3 heifers in the class. I like that length of hip and that width of pin set that she has. That's a strong advantage over the other 3 heifers. She's wide in that center and lower parts of her quarter, but yet still stays in a feminine muscle pattern that I like to see. Female, maybe I'd like to relax just a notch on her shoulder, and then also as you compare, as you look further on down the road, maybe I'd like to just balance that utter potential on her just a notch more. That time will tell on that. Young lady's heifer that comes in next, really laid in nicely off that neck and shoulder and transitions into that forerib very, very nicely. Good angle to her shoulder. She gives up a little overall width when you look at her, especially out of the top of her shoulder back to her tail head in regard from a width standpoint, but to get a good kind of female. Love that tail head set on her in that upper 1/3. I like that center body depth that she has in relation to her frame and the sweep to her underline without being wasty down below. Again, a long muscled female that stands down on a big foot and a nice sound package in regards to that. However, that comes next in line, maybe balance is a bigger thing here that kind of gets this female maybe not up any higher here, and I'd like to pull that tail head back just a notch more on her. But again, a good kind of female when you look at her and compare to the heifer behind her from a structure advantage in that regards, and also from a length of side and balance standpoint. Heifer that closes out the class, the thing I like about this one here is she's probably got the most utter promise of any of them in the class. I like that levelness that she has and the spacing in those teats. She's got some folds between those hind legs. That's something that I really do appreciate about it. Then you look at her from her own individual merit out here. Again, she's a little open in through her shoulder, a little wide in from point to point. Again, a female that lacks that feminine feature that I like to see up in through her head as you compare to the 3 up ahead of her. But again, she's a deep rib female. She's got a wide top to her, a nice long spine to her, and a good tail head setting. Maybe closes in just a notch more to her pin. But again, the utter placing in that teat set on her is really an advantage that she has.
Back over here in the belted Galloway ring, we're getting ready to pick you a champion and reserve female. And my hat's off to the breeders, the exhibitors, the guys that help get them ready there. Just a tremendous set of cattle. I think from end to end, the quality has been really, really good, and I do mean that. I think as we get back out here, those of you around ringside, you know, the one common theme, I think, is these were the good structured cattle. These are the ones that were built right at the ground. These are the ones that had a little extra substance in terms of foot size and bone, and coupled that with some muscle shape, but yet they still look like females. They lay it onto their skeleton really smooth and fresh in their makeup. I think a tremendous lineup of cattle there that I'm certainly proud to have the opportunity to evaluate for you. As we get them back out here, though, at the end of the day, for me, I think there's 3 heifers that are in contention between the champions and the reserves that I like a great deal. I think they're cattle that probably set themselves apart just in terms of being the most ideal in their angles, the most fluid in their movement, and yet still having some look and some body and some cow power behind them. I'm not going to go back through and talk them, but I'll go out here and I'll grab you a couple of champions. Those of you around ringside, give them a big hand. I'll show you the 2 that I like best.
And your grand champion Belta Galloway here at the North American will go to entry number 46, Sunnybrook Athena, exhibited by Maddie TB. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion Belta Galloway will go to entry number 8, Spring Hill Luna, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Again, congratulations to those Belta Galloway females. And to catch you up over on your Red Angus female show, placings in class number 18 are as followed. First place will go to entry number 174, FHUS Daydreamer 235L, exhibited by Helen Orr of Davenport, Oklahoma. Second place will go to entry number 176, GC116L Buttercup, exhibited by Goose Creek Farm of Wyford, Maryland. Third place will go to entry number 175, SGCC 354A Liberty, exhibited by Haley Ann Johnson of Winchester, Kentucky. And fourth place in that class will go to entry number 178, TC Letta 100L, exhibited by Rex Howard of Lattimore, North Carolina. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors in class 18. And now in the ring is class 19 March yearling heifers. These heifers WDAs are as followed. Entry number 179, 2.47. Entry number 183, 2.12. 186, 1.86. And entry number 118, 2.33. Please note entry number 184 is a scratch. And we'll take a few pictures over in your Belta Galloway female ring, and then we'll be moving on with your cow-calf classes.
Over on our Red Angus side here, another group of junior yearling females out here. Some differences in our lineup here, but again, one that surfaces to the top of the class for me rather handily in regards to the biggest thing is just overall body balance. She excels the other three out here. Then you get her in motion, and she pulls herself apart even further in that regard, and the way she carries herself with that presence and eye appeal that you like to see. Big bodied, massive built one, but again, still stays within that feminine parameter. If you were really going to pick on her, again, you'd like to clean her up just a notch more in that lower one-third of her front end. But again, female has certainly got a lot of promise. I love the way her structure is and her feet and her pasterns are as she hits the ground. The big advantage here over the other three. However, that comes closest to her is the lighter colored one here the young man has in front of me. Again, this one here in her upper one-third is certainly built the way I like to see it. A little lower one-third as you compare her to the heifer that wins the class. She doesn't transition from forearm back to rear rib and flank as nicely as we have in our class winner. But again, you get off on a 3D angle and you compare her to the ones that stand below her. Again, they're just more female there in her overall structurally designed package. Female that comes next in line, young lady's done an excellent job in her presentation and showmanship. Makes you look at her, not the extension up and through her front one-third. And again, I like to lengthen that spine and pull that tail head back just a notch more. Again, she's adequate in her overall dimension of bone, but again, I'd like to just notch her up a nickel more in that regards. But again, a good female with a nice promising udder set on her. Then balance issues are the regard, and structure issues are the concerns in our heifer that closes out the class.
And placings in class number 19 over in your Red Angus female show. First place goes to entry number 118, BJF Lady 3041L, exhibited by Kelsey Kronerbush of Lewiston, Minnesota. Second place goes to entry number 179, Shady's Laney L28, exhibited by Ella Trugan of Crossville, Tennessee. And third place in that class, we'll go to entry number 183, BKG Lefty, L10, exhibited by Sarah Pinstadler of Rush City, Minnesota. And fourth place in that class goes entry number 186, HOC Miss Lady in Red, L13, exhibited by Jones County Junior College of Evansville, Mississippi. And please note, entry number 184 was a scratch. We will now be selecting your senior intermediate champion over in your Red Angus Female Show.
Over on our Red Angus side, just picking our later junior yearlings, we got April's and March junior yearlings class winners closest to me, respective seconds closest to the picket fence there. Again, April heifer that wins the first class, just really a stylish, eye-appealing female with a lot of balance to her and for the structural integrity that you like to see. Female that's got just a lot of quality about her when you look at her from a prospect in regards to a future maternal replacement female. Again, a female that just is really good at the ground. That's what I really do appreciate about this one. The March Junior yearling heifer that comes up next, maybe not quite with the pizzazz and the aesthetics that we have in the heifer ahead of her, but again, she's got more than enough in that regard. Again, a big body, bold sprung female with just a tremendous turn to her top. I like the way her hook to pin lays in. She's wide in that pin area. Nice tail head setting on that one. A lot of length of muscle in that one, and length of stride in her. Again, a female that sits down on the ground with a big foot. She's relaxed in those pasterns, front and rear. Has that knee set back into her nice hawk design in her without being overly done or too straight. Again, probably a determining factor here is just another structure on this one. I really do like the way this one is set in there with those folds and that balance and that spacing in that udder compared to the one that wins a class up ahead. Again, the first class winner has the advantage in the front 1/3 from the eye appeal of the extension to front, neatness and cleanness down and through that lower 1/3 of the front end. So there's some give and take out here. Two individuals that are very, very close out here. Respective seconds, nice cattle out here. It comes down to our class winners for champion and reserve, and I'll show you which two I like.
And your senior intermediate champion over in Red Angus show goes to entry number 118, BJF Lady 3041L, exhibited by Kelsey Cronabush of Lewiston, Minnesota. And your reserve division champion will go to entry number 174, FHSU Daydreamer 235L, exhibited by Helen Orr of Davenport, Oklahoma. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. And now entering the ring over in your Red Angus Female Show is Class 22. Again, now entering the ring is Class 22 February Junior Yearling Heifers. These heifers' WDAs are as followed. Entry number 191 is 2.30. Entry number 192 is 1.92. Entry number 198 is 2.21. Entry number 200 will be 2.09. And entry number 143 will be 1.85. Again, entering the ring now is Class 22 February yearling heifers.
on our Red Angus side over here. February junior yearlings over here. And again, a lot of parts and pieces you like about these females. One that just really reaches out and strikes me hard in this class, but good quality females up here in our front trio of females. There's a heifer that wins the class here. I think in this particular group does so rather handily. Again, this is one that just gets out here and just covers the bases. I really appreciate the big foot that this female has and the way she moves in that pastern and then that knee and that hock, and just one that's a big barreled female, but yet without being too wasty in that lower 1/3. And again, she just gets out here and does her stuff and covers the basics, and she wins her class from a structural integrity standpoint. Heifer that comes in second more closely represents her in type and kind, a little more angle to her shoulder than the heifer that comes in third. Again, a big centered female, a female that gives up just a notch more in regards to freedom of movement once we get them in motion on the ground. Then also from a hook to pin area, it's not as long a hip, it isn't as wide a pin or as high a pin set as I like to see in when you compare to the heifer that wins the class. But transitions very, very nicely, a nicely balanced female. Female that comes third in line, bigger frame female, nothing wrong with that. She compensates with enough depth of rib in her. But again, from her forerib on back is where I really appreciate her. From her shoulder forward is where I'd like to just say that's where the difference comes in there. She's a little more upright into her shoulder, but handles herself relatively well. But comparing to the two that have got that correct angle to their shoulder, that's the difference in why she's in third today. But again, a big body, big volume female. Wish her a lot of luck on down the road. And we break here just a little bit here in regards to structure and balance, and the remaining two heifers, again, females that just not quite the overall body balance or of the overall width and dimension in relation to their frame.
And placings in class number 22 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes inch number 198, BJF Rosie Sita, 3021, exhibited by Brooke Folsen of Darwin, Minnesota. Second place goes inch number 200, 111KF at Gamers Grace, L925, exhibited by Regan A. Dunn of Carrollton, Pennsylvania. Third place goes inch number 191, Kip Miss Baby's Breath, L401, exhibited by Veronica Lentz of Creston, Iowa. Fourth place in that class, we'll go to inch number 192, GC113L, Petunia, exhibited by Goose Creek Farm of Wedford, Maryland. And fifth place in that class, we'll go to inch number 143, exhibited by Amber Morris of Marengo, Indiana. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is class 23 Red Angus females, and their WDAs are as followed. For entry number 205, it is 2.06, and for 206, it will be 2.15. Again, now in the ring is class 23 Red Angus females.
Just a single entry here in the Belted Galloway show for our cow calves. I believe she'll be our automatic champion as well. A real nice cow, functional, sound, fluid in her movement. Got a nice feminine, maternal look about her, doing a good job with that heifer calf there at side. Congratulations to them.
And your cow-calf results over in your Belted Galloways are as followed. First place in Class 26 and automatic grand champion cow-calf pair goes to entry number 62, County Line Kendall, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Again, congratulations. And we are now ready for Class 30 over in your Belted Galloway show. Again, we're ready for Class 30 early summer bull calves.
Really a nice pair of January junior yearlings out here in front of us, and two of them that are very different in their type and their kind. Again, depends on where your priorities are and how you want to lay them in there, but both very, very high quality females out here. Again, I'm going to use the gentleman's heifer to win the class here. This one here, for me, in relation to her frame, in relation to her depth of body, just balances out just a notch nicer than the heifer that comes in second. Also, I like the big foot on this female, and I like the way she sets her hind leg down and just has a little more authority in that rear hock versus the heifer that's in second. You get up above that, and she's very elegantly designed in regards from nose to tail and spine to floor. I like her udder placing as she sits in there right now with that really promise of space and balance in that udder. And again, a female that just balances out very, very nicely, wide up high and wide down underneath. And that's probably her advantage here out here today. This is a female that comes in second that I really love here in regards to overall length of side. Again, a female that I love that upper 1/3 in her. She's got that strength in her spine and through a nice tailhead setting. Again, a female that maybe gets closed in just a notch more in that lower 1/3 than our heifer that wins the class. Again, as you get them in motion, she's a free moving female, takes that nice long stride. I just like to strengthen that rear hock just ever so slightly. I've got a little more ideal set in the heifer that wins the class out of her. Two very, very good females. Little differences, depends on who you are and what you want.
Back over here in the Belted Galloway ring, we're getting into the bull show here. A nice first single entry, big-bodied, rugged-made one. It's got some foot and some bone underneath him. We'll see him back here in just a little bit, but congratulations to this class winner.
And first place in Class 30 over in your Belted Galloway Bull Show goes to entry at number 65, Spring Hill Jamar, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. Now in the ring is Class 31 Spring Bull Calves. And placings in Class 23 over in your Red Angus Female Show are as followed. First place goes into number 206, Sandridge Beatty for 3460, exhibited by Tourette Toller of Perkins, Oklahoma. Second place goes into number 205, Dutch TC Miss Eagle, 308L, exhibited by Addison Voyle of Forest, Mississippi. Now in the ring will be the selection of your junior champion female. Again, over in your Red Angus Female Show, your junior champion division is now in the ring.
On our Red Angus side here, with this older junior yearling division out here. Again, 4 high-quality females out here. Again, some differences in our lineup as we compare to some of the other divisions we've had out here. But again, good quality cattle. The young ladies heifer that wins a February class here. Again, this is a female that, again, just if you're looking just to cover the basics with a very nice female, this is one that gets it done right here. What I really appreciate about this one is that big foot that she has, and she's comfortable in her pasterns and her joint work and her knee and her hock. Get up above that again, she comes apart just a little bit as you compare to the heifer right behind her. Doesn't want to transition as nicely off that shoulder into her forerib as we have in the one behind her. But again, a good high quality female. It's got some width and some dimension to her, some width of base. Just a nice female that covers a lot of the basics that you like to see in replacement females. Heifer that wins a second class, just a nicely designed female, highly presented female. A female that's got, again, another big foot on her. She's comfortable in her pastern. I like the way she sits in her knee. I like that rear leg design on her, and that was her advantage of winning that class over the heifer and her that's second to her. But again, a female, you get up above that, tremendous amount of balance to her, tremendous amount of strength of spine, long hip, long muscled female with a really nice tail head setting to her, feminine on both ends, and that's what I really like. She'll be our champion in this division. Bring that second over, and again, she more closely follows the type and kind of our champion female in this division. We'll keep that pair out of that class together.
Nice pair of bulls back over here in the Belted Galloway ring again. I'm going to use this young lady's bull here to go ahead and lead off with. Again, for me, just a little more substance, a little more power, a little more mass in this guy, I think, as well. He also balances up a little nicer and neater for me there at the profile. Real attractive, good in his spine. Love him out through his hip and his tail head. Nice way to start off the class. The young lady's bull here coming in two. He's bold-centered, big-bodied. Appreciate those things as well. I think in relation to that class winner, he gets a little plainer up front, not quite as much substance and foot size there at the ground, but a nice pair of them. Congratulations.
And first place in Class 31 Spring Bull Calves goes to entry at number 67 Oatley's Farm Typehold, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. And second place in that class goes entry number 66 KEW Ziplin, exhibited by Kyle and Emily Wilkerson. And please note, entry number 68 will be its own class with Class 31A. Again, entry number 68 is its own class. And over in your Red Angus female show, your junior champion female goes to entry number 206, Sandridge Beatty, 3460, exhibited by Truett Toller of Perkins, Oklahoma. And your reserve goes to entry number 205, exhibited by Alice Addison Vowell. And now in the ring is Class 26 Winter Yearling Heifers, and their WDA for entry number 209 is 20.03.
On our Red Angus side, a single entry here in this senior yearling class here. This one, heifer's just right at 2 years of age here. I'd like to see her just shoved up just a notch more in her udder development in regards to calving date. But again, certainly she's bred, as you can tell that. But again, from her own merit, full rib on back, I love the way she's made. Big top, big back female that's got a lot of power to her, and she carries that down into a well-balanced center body with a not extra waist underneath, nice and neat up into that lower one-third of her front end. Maybe gets tilted forward just a notch straighter on the edge of that shoulder, but again, a long hip, long muscled female that moves forward relatively well for the way that shoulder is built.
Another single entry in our bull show over here in the Belted Galloway ring. One that's put together really nice. He's sound, he's functional and flexible, athletic when we get him out on the go. He's good in his rib shape. He's good in his sheath there. You know, maybe he could stand a shot more muscle and power when you get right in behind the cattle. But one that's a good-looking young bull calf there for this young lady. Congratulations to her.
And first place in your Belted Galloway show 31A goes to entry number 68, KEW Dark Side of the Moon, exhibited by Kyle and Emily Wilkerson. We're now ready to select your champion junior bull calf over in your Belted Galloway show. And first place in Class 26 over in your Red Angus show goes entry number 209, FCFR KJHT Saucy, 268, exhibited by Olivia Nalura of Connorsville, Indiana. Now in the ring is Class 27. Again, in the ring now is Class 27, and that heifer's WDA is 2.23.
On our Red Angus side, another single entry in this senior yearling class. This is a September 2-year-old due in December here, bagging up and starting to quarter out here, and certainly one that I really appreciate from that production standpoint, but also then I just like the way this heifer transitions from nose to tail and spine to floor, and then sits down on a very comfortable set of feet and legs with nice joint work. If I were to change her just ever so slightly as you look at that udder, just like to refine that teat just a notch more as you look at her from longevity. But again, she's going to have a nice spacing to it and a nice enough balance to it. Again, we'll see her out here in division just in this next go.
Nice first division of these bull calves over here, and we bring these 3 class winners back out, and I think they all fit together really good in terms of structure, body, and rib. I think one comes with just a little extra shot of punch and power. It's going to be our young ladies bull out of Class 2. He'll be our champion. We'll give him another look here real quick for reserve. Let's give them all a nice round of applause.
Nice pair of senior yearlings out here on a red Angus side. 2 single entries in each one of their respective classes. Again, we just saw them. Red heifer, again, from her 4-rib back. You certainly appreciate her in that regard for the power that she has and the dimension that she has. Cleanness in through her underline. And I like her udder spacing in that. Very nice in that regard. You just like to angle that shoulder back just a little bit more. I got that in that lighter colored heifer that wins our older class here. Again, just a really highly powered individual here with you look at that female into her head and she's strong in her jaw, and then she's got all that maternal strength back behind. Just really a good one. Again, one certainly going to part with a calf here pretty quick here, and again she's what I like is how a first calf heifer should starting to break just a little bit and getting ready to part with that calf, but again, sound and free and easy and good moving, and is certainly going to be a high production female. She'll be our champion in this division. The dark red heifer will be reserved.
Another single entry over here in our Galloway ring, and a long-bodied, stout, powerful bull. When you get in behind the cattle, he's good in his testicles. He's correct there at the ground as he gets out and goes. Nice single entry. Congratulations.
And catching up over in your Belta Galloway Bull Show, your champion junior bull calf goes to entry number 67, Oatley's Farm Tripod, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. And your reserve junior bull champion calf goes to entry number 68, KEW Dark Side of the Moon, exhibited by Kyle and Emily Wilkerson. And first place in class 35, winner bull calves, goes entry number 71, Spring Hill Alpaca, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. Now in the ring is class 36 senior bull calves. And over in your Red Angus show, your first place and senior champion female goes into number 211, a Sand Ridge Charlotte 2728, exhibited by Truett Toller of Perkins, Oklahoma. And your reserve senior champion heifer goes into number 209, exhibited by Olivia Naylor of Connorsville, Indiana. And now in the ring is class 31. Again, now walking in your ring is class 31. This female's WDA is 1.12.
Nice pair of bulls here again, and some trade-offs, some differences in them. Maybe not a home run hitter in this particular class, but I'm going to use this grayer Mark bull to go ahead and lead off with. Just got more muscle, more power, more substance. He's the bigger top, bigger back bull in this particular drive. He needs to be loosened up as he gets out and goes, and maybe give him a little more body just to make him ideal. But just his muscle and power, for me, sorts him up. The young man's black bull here that's going to go in 2. I think does probably handle himself a little more collected as he gets around the ring. He's real attractive up front, but he just needs to mass up and power up a little bit to compete with that other one. But nice pair.
On our Red Angus side, a single entry here. This is our cow-calf division here. We got an October 4-year-old female with a March bull calf at side here. And again, one that, again, for a 4-year-old, I like the way this cow has kept herself together, and more impressive is what I like to see is that balance in that udder, that teat spacing, and then also that teat size that she has. That's a big old Lunkin bull calf she's got on her. Still be wet like that and have that calf nurse and that udder structure still stay the same, because that's one powerful bull calf. But you can see she's a powerful female, and she's transmitted that back into that calf. It's a big stout-made bull calf here. That's a March, and again, just a really nice pair. They'll be our champion cow-calf pair.
Back over here on the Belted Galloway side, and we get into this division for your champion and reserve bull, and a pair of bulls that I think both have some muscle. They have some power and some shape to them. Appreciate that. I think they're both good in their sheath and good in their testicles. The first class winner to me is probably a little more flexible, agile as he gets around the ring. I'm going to go ahead and use him for champion. We'll follow him up with the gray Mark bull here for reserve, but congratulations.
And your champion senior bull calf goes to entry at number 71, the Spring Hill Apache, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. And your reserve champion senior bull goes entry number 72, Rahi Family Belties Lone Star, exhibited by NWT Farms. Congratulations. And second place in class 36 goes to entry number 73, Chisholm Luther, exhibited by Andrew Chisholm. Congratulations. We're now ready for class 40 Summer Yearling Bulls. And over in your Red Angus show, first place in class 31 mature cow calves and automatic division and grand champion cow calf pair goes entry number 216, Coville's Bellingham H22, exhibited by Coville Cattle of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and Graham Coville of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Congratulations. We're now ready to select your grand champion at Red Angus female here at the North American.
Another single entry bull here, and a real rugged made, big bodied, real good structured individual that couples some look and some mass. Love him in terms of his sheath and his testicles there underneath. A real nice single entry here. Be fun to get him back out in our champion drive. Congratulations.
And first place in class 40 and automatic champion senior bull goes to entry number 76, MT Goose, exhibited by Maddie TB. Congratulations. We're now ready to select your grand champion Belta Galloway bull here at the North American. Again, we're ready to select your grand champion Belta Galloway bull. And over on your Red Angus show, I would like to reintroduce your judge for today, Mr. Doug Satry from Montauk, Texas. Doug is a purebred and commercial cow-calf operator. His main emphasis is registered Black Angus, also raised some key Angus and semi-Angus, as well as some club calves. He has raised and sold national champions all across the country, and his production priorities are on functional cattle with quality, with high performance and maternal strength. Doug has judged shows in 38 states, Canada, Mexico, and South America. If you could join me in welcoming Mr. Doug Satry one more time.
Let's give these Belted Galloway bull exhibitors a nice round of applause for coming out here for this champion lineup. Really good set of cattle, I think, from Indian. Didn't have a whole lot of numbers, but once again, I think the cattle that worked their way out of those classes and those divisions were the ones that just better suited me in terms of structure. And yet within this bull lineup, they came with a little more mass, a little more punch than some of their contemporaries out there today. As we get back out here, I think it comes down between the calf and the big bull. I really like the look and the balance of the young calf there out of that first class. I think he's good and out of his hip and hind leg. You know, there's times I'd maybe tweak him there in his shoulder and into his knee ever so slightly, but that's a high-quality bull. It's got a nice look about him. And we get back here to the big bull, and again, a lot to like in him in terms of foot, substance, and bone. He's rugged and powerful in his design, yet still has enough look, I think, to go along with it. Is he maybe as attractive as the one out of that first division? Probably not, but I still think just his mass, his power, and his flexibility are really ideal. I'll go out here and get you a pair of champions again. Give them a nice hand.
And your grand champion Belta Galloway bull here at the North American will go to entry number 76, MT Goose, exhibited by Maddie TB. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion bull goes entry number 67, Oatley's Farm, Typoid, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Again, now in the ring over in your Red Angus female show is the selection of your grand champion Red Angus female. Again, we're going to select your Red Angus champion female, and then we'll take a short picture break and then move on with the bulls. And as we're getting ready for the group classes over in your Belta Galloway show, we will now be presenting the Miss Galloway World 2023 to the TB family of Illinois for Sunnybrook Rita. Congratulations to the TB family. And we will also be announcing the Mr. Galloway World of 2023, and it goes to Esla Swell of Kansas. Congratulations. Again, the 2023 Mr. Galloway World for Harmony Meadows No Easter. Congratulations to Elsa Swell. Congratulations. And the Junior Herdsman Award in honor of Stefan provided to Elizabeth Eaton. Again, congratulations to Elizabeth Eaton.
Over on our Red Angus side, selecting our grand champion female at this year's North American. Again, it's been an honor and a pleasure for me to come in here and sort these Red Angus cattle. Again, this is a breed that certainly offers a lot to the industry, especially on the commercial cowman side. There's been a lot of excitement and acceptance of the Red Angus breed from that commercial standpoint. And again, that goes as a compliment to you breeders. I'm on the Black Angus side, and again, we have a tremendous share of the commercial cow market in regards to commercial bull sales. But again, you guys chase us pretty hard in that regard. We're pretty close to the same except for coat color, and that's about the only difference. But again, my compliments to the breeders here. Again, I've judged this breed of cattle over the years, not just here at the North American, but throughout the country at several state fairs and other national shows. And again, when I judged a Red Angus show 10 years ago, or even 8 years ago, again, structure was a huge issue. And again, it didn't take long to sort what came to the top, because there wasn't that many that had that structural integrity that I wanted, and I usually carry in my cow herd. Now, fast forward to today, and you start with your calf, and you go all the way down to your age cow, and all of your division champions, and all of your reserve division champions, and a lot of your class, the middle of the class, had structural integrity. So again, a huge compliment to the breeders recognizing that, and the breeders did. I mean, you understood. You were tight in your pasterns, you were tight in your joints, and you were tight in your backs. All that goes together. And you take these cattle out here now, and they are, I mean, in my opinion, they are very acceptable, very correct. And again, a huge compliment to the breed to recognize that and make that movement, because that's what keeps you in business. Again, from the commercial standpoint, if they're not right at the ground, they're not right in the skeleton, doesn't make any difference how much muscle you have or how many pounds you gain or whatever. If they can't move, they can't get out and cover cows, they aren't coming back into the bull pasture because they can't make it around and get those cows bred. So again, compliments to you in that regard. That's my biggest take on this breed. Quality of them, the front end has always been very, very good. It's just expanded so much more now. And again, compliments to you breeders in regards to that. Love the calf. Love these intermediates, senior calves, and all the way down. I mean, just really a nice set of females out here. Again, I'm not going to go through and talk them. It'd just be an exercise in redundancy out here. But again, some females that focus on, probably more so for me, come out of the middle of the lineup here. And again, females that are very, very high quality. All of them are. Structural integrity is a big thing with me always, and we have that in all of our divisions and reserves, and that's very, very good. And then you get up above that, and you have your body build and your phenotypic design, and then you guys do an excellent job in your presentation. All these cattle are presented to the max out here. So again, I thank you in that regard from my standpoint. Again, thanks to the Red Angus Association. Erin Dorsey gave me the call, and I want to thank her for that, giving me the opportunity here. And also the North American. It's always a pleasure to judge on the green chips. Love judging in Freedom Hall, but also love judging over here in Broadbent so we can get this done. So I've spoken enough. Cattle are getting restless out here. We're going to need to move on to our bull show. But again, if you would, put your hands together for our Red Angus exhibitors, breeders, and owners out here in this lineup for an excellent, excellent show.
And your grand champion, Red Angus female here at the North American, goes entry number 156, KJHT FCFR Luxury, 3021, exhibited by Delaney Naylor of Connorsville, Indiana. Congratulations. Four. And your reserve grand champion, Red Angus female, goes to entry at number 97, FCFR Saucy. 347 is exhibited by Chanton Day of Curro Gordo, Illinois. Congratulations. Again, folks, we will be taking a short picture break to picture your Red Angus females, and then we will be moving on with our Red Angus bulls. And over in your Belta Galloway show, we are selecting your Geta sire. Again, we are selecting your Geta sire over in your Belta Galloway show.
just one steer here as we start off our Belted Galloway Steer Show, and a calf that's got some look, got some balance, good in his structure at the ground. You get in behind him, he doesn't disappoint you in terms of shape. Nice single incher here to start off this particular drive in this Belted Galloway show.
And over in your Belted Galloway show, we are moving into your steer show. Again, we are moving into your Belted Galloway steer show with Class 55. First place in Class 55 goes entry number 85, Sunnybrook, Mr. Belvidere, exhibited by Charlotte Abigail. Congratulations. And now making their way into the ring is Class 56 finished steers over in your Belted Galloway show. Again, these steers are way over 851 pounds. Again, now in your ring is Class 56 finished steers. And over in your Red Angus show, we are ready for Class 36 May Bull Calves. Again, we're ready for Class 36 May Bull Calves. And again, entering the ring over in your Red Angus show is a Class 36 Red Angus Bulls, and this Bull's WDA will be a 3.82.
Nice class of finished steers over here in our Belted Galloway ring. For me, I think an easy one to go ahead and win this particular class. You know, in terms of his structure, I think he's second to none. He's good at the ground. He's long and fluid in his stride. He's a big-bodied steer that's got a nice fat steer look about him. You know, he's practical in his rib. You get in behind him, he's big-topped and stout-hipped. Easy place for me to go ahead and lead off. There's a little more sort, I think, on down the line in the cattle. And for me, the young lady steer that's going to come next, I think, is shapely as any of them. You stand in behind him, and he's got some turn to his upper rib. He's got some dimension out of that hip and down through his lower stifle. You know, does he have maybe as much on him and as much just overall mass and power as the one that wins? Probably not. But still a steer that balances up well. He gives you a good look. He's tidy down through his chest floor. But again, I like his shape. I like his turn to his upper skeleton to give him an advantage over the remaining cattle. Young lady steer coming next, a little bigger bodied, a little more bone, a little more substance at the ground compared to the steer right in front of him, but he doesn't have quite the shape. He's a little tapered there when you get in behind the cattle from hooks to pins and down through his quarter. Doesn't have the amount of turn and shape up high and over that loin edge that we see in a couple of those other steers. Same thing can kind of be said for the young lady's calf coming next. I love this one's foot. I love his bone. He's athletic on the lead. Just gets a little plainer, a little flatter in terms of his shape, specifically down low in terms of just width of base and shape through that lower quarter. And then our steer that we're going to conclude the class with, youthful. Appreciate that about him. He's good in his chest. I think out here today, though, he's the one that lacks just the most muscle and most power and kind of works his way down to the bottom there. But good class. Nice. Congratulations to them.
And over in your Red Angus Bull Show, we do have 3 single entries. So now in the ring will be the selection of your spring calf champion. Again, now in the ring will be the selection of your division spring calf champion. And again, the WDAs for these calves are as followed. The WDA for entry number 221 is 3.82. Entry number 223 is 4.21, and entry number 114 is 4.02. And placings over in Class 56, over in your belted Galloway Steer Show, are as followed. First place in Class 56 goes entry number 89, Wagner Farms Loxley, exhibited by Kathleen and Michael Wagner. Second place goes to entry number 90, Cedar Mill Farm Outlaw, exhibited by Charlotte Abigot, and congratulations. Third place in that class goes entry number 87, Spring Hill County Line Flint, exhibited by Myra Schwab. And then fourth place goes to entry number 91, Sunnybrook Riker, exhibited by Alice Yankee. And fifth place goes to entry number 88, exhibited by Haley Hillhouse. We're now ready to select your champion purebred steer.
Over here in the belted Galloway ring, a nice set of purebred steers. You know, not a lot of numbers, had a little more depth there in that second class. So we've got both of those back out here. Again, a nice quality lineup of steers here. The calf out of that first class, like I said earlier, you know, gives you a good look. He's correct at the ground. He doesn't disappoint when you get in behind him. As we get into those 2 bigger steers, they're just a little more market ready. Again, the one out of that last class, I think just practical, big-bodied, easy-feeding look. The respective second there, real shapely, got some expression to his top and stoutness out of his hip. I'm going to keep those 2 together. They'll be your champion reserve. Let's give them a nice hand.
Over on our Red Angus side, starting off our bull show here, and again, these are 3 class winners out here, and I'll go through and speak each one of them individually, and we're just doing the classes and division all at once here in a group here. We got a May and an April and a March going from my right to the left. And again, the gentleman's calf that wins the first class here, this May calf, this is really an intriguing and a pleasing individual here. I love the way this bull calf is put together, presented very, very nicely out here, shown very nicely. But again, once you look at him on his own merit out here, again, a bull that's got some foot to him. He's got good joint work to him. He gets around the ring pretty free and easy for a young juvenile one at this stage of the game. But again, when you look at him from an overall build standpoint, he's a big-backed, wide-topped, long-hipped, wide-pinned, got a lot of muscle in that center and lower parts of his quarter. Just a nice shape to the individual, really nice and tight in his sheath, and I really do appreciate that about him. Just really a nice prospect with a nice testicle development for such a young calf at this stage. The April bull calf that wins the middle class here, again, is a bull here that, again, has got a lot of growth and a lot of performance to him. Bull has certainly got a rugged look to him. I like his extension, and I like his overall length of side. Again, he gets a little piecey out here when you compare him to the 2 bulls on either side. Doesn't quite transition off that shoulder into the center part of his body, and that center part of his body into his the rear 1/3. But again, a bull that's got a lot of quality in regards to performance in that. Again, another bull that's very nice and tight in his sheath. Again, I really do appreciate that, because that's always something my commercial bull buyers are really, really picky about. Then the bull, that March bull that wins our third class here, is a big high-performance bull, a bull we saw here just a little bit ago on the side of his mother. But again, when you look at him, now he's out here on his own merit and holding his own very, very well. A bull, again, maybe not quite as presented as well as another bull out here, but again, you really start to look at this bull. Again, he's good-headed, transitions nicely off of his head into his neck into his shoulder, and his shoulder into his forerib. Long spine bull, a good tail head setting. Again, a long hip, long muscle bull, and a bull that gets around on a nice sound set of feet and legs. Really nice testicular development. Bull has certainly got a lot of good performance to him. A bull has certainly got just a lot of good things about him when you look at him from a bull prospect. So there's some give and take out here between it. It comes to the two bulls on either end here, and again, you can do them however you want to. But again, for me, I guess the overall total package, again, for me, I'm going to use the March bull to win the class and the May bull for reserve. But if you would, give these exhibitors a round of applause for this division.
Just two steers here in the crossbred or the percentage Galloway show here, and I think both these calves are pretty nice steers. The gray mark steer here out of the first class, again, shapely, good looking, correct at the ground. Maybe not as much bone and foot and just forearm in him as a steer right in behind him, but still he patterns up good. He's got the right kind of muscular shape down his top and out of his hip. And then our steer that comes out of that second class, again, a little more rugged, comes with a little more foot size, a little more bone and forearm, kind of gives you more of a fat steer type of a look there when you start to evaluate him. You get in behind him and he doesn't disappoint. I'm going to make him champion. Our gray steer here will be reserved. Let's give him a nice hand.
And over in your Red Angus Bull Show here at the North American, your spring calf champion goes to entry number 114, Koval's Ready Freddy, exhibited by Koval Cattle of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and Graham Koval of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Congratulations. And your reserve spring calf champion will go to entry number 221, AMBE Buffalo Bill, M74, exhibited by Amelia Beatty of Crossville, Tennessee. And first place in Class 37 will go to entry number 223, AAS Whiskey Barrel 420, exhibited by Adeline Sorgan of Convoy, Ohio. Congratulations. Now in the ring will be your Class winner 41 and Class winner 42, and they'll be competing for your junior calf champion.
Just a single entry here in this particular new division that we get started on. Again, real attractive heifer. It's correct in the angle to her knee. She's got the right kind of slope there to that rear hock. Gives you a good look here at the profile. We'll see how she compares here when we bring her back out. Congratulations.
Exhibitor 22 for Belties, please. And over in your Red Angus Bull Show, your weight per day of age for entry number 227, it will be a 3.92, and for 222, it will be a 3.18.
Another single entry here once again, and again, a practical, big-bodied type of heifer. I like her foot. I like her bone. You know, she's long and extended up through her front 1/3, and she's good in her spine. Again, we'll see how she fares with a little more competition here a little later on, but congratulations.
Over on our Red Angus side, again, these are two individual class winners. These are older junior bull calves here. We got a January and a February. In the February, the gentleman has right in front of me wins the first class here. And again, this is really a nice made bull here. I mean, really smooth made bull that transitions very, very nicely off his shoulder into the center part of his body. Again, a strong top, long spine bull, long muscled bull, and he gets out and he moves around the ring really, really free and easy. I like the way that neck comes out of the top of his shoulder, but again, he's masculine enough in through his head, and again, he's got a nice body build to him, but really comfortable as he moves around the ring. Sits down nice and true on his feet, and that's probably an advantage he has over the January bull that comes here in second. I'd just like to, he gets a little more upright in through the January bull, gets a little more upright in through his shoulder, down in through his knee, and you just like to move him or you true him up off of those front two. But again, off those rear two, he sits down nice and flat on those, maybe relax him in his pastern just ever so slightly. But again, when you get up above that, again, he's got a nice body build to him. Again, he's a tremendously long hip bull. He's got a nice tail head setting on him. Bull that carries himself out of the top of his shoulder back to his tail head with that strength of top that I like to see. Excellent testicular development on this bull. Nice and clean and tight and through his sheath. That's where his advantage is over the bull that wins the younger class. But again, a bull that certainly, that's where structure issue is just a little bit different. So with that, pretty much showed my hand there. And again, we're going to use the February bull to win this division. January will be reserved. Give these exhibitors a round of applause.
Another single entry over here in this Miss Mark division. Again, a big-bodied, broody, maternal-looking one. Again, that's correct at the ground. She's good in her foot size and in her bone. Nice heifer here. We'll see her again just in a few moments. Congratulations.
And catching you up over in your Belta Galloway steer show, your champion purebred steer to class 57 goes entry number 89. Any reserve will go to entry number 90. And your champion percentage steer over in class 60 will go to entry number 92, exhibited by Henry Dyer, and your reserve will be entry number 86, exhibited by Abigail Elaine Gant. And now exiting the ring will be class 62, and your first place in automatic division champion will go to entry number 18 in WT Farms Macy, exhibited by Dozier II and Seth Hendershot. Now entering the ring will be class 64.
Here's our champion drive in our mismarked division of our Belted Galloway show, and not a lot of numbers, but still quality cattle. I think structurally they're all really nice. You know, you could tweak them a spot or two here or there, but I think they're functional cattle that each have some look and some doability about them. When it gets right down to it, the heifer out of that last class probably best suits me out here today, just in terms of her maternal look, her structure, and her foot. She'll be champion. I'm going to come back and grab the one out of class 2, I think, to follow her up out here today. Nice lineup. Let's give them a good round of applause.
And your grand champion, mismarked Belta Galloway heifer, goes to entry at number 57, Rock Creek Lily Von Schupp, exhibited by Jeffrey Elaine and Alexa Adler. Congratulations. Any reserve champion heifer will go to entry number 26, Eckelman's Anna, exhibited by Braden Eckelman. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We'll now be moving on to your percentage heifer show. And catching you up over in your Red Angus Bull Show, your junior calf champion will go to entry number 227, exhibited by Mackenzie Monson of Archie, Missouri. And your reserve junior calf champion will go to entry number 229, exhibited by Taylor Polaka of Union Springs, New York. Now in the ring is a class 45 and 46, competing for your fall calf champion over in your Red Angus Bull Show.
On our Red Angus side here, these are fall bull calves out here in front of us. November calf leading off the lineup here, winning the younger class. Again, these are both class winners here. So the November calf that wins that younger class here, again, just a good kind of bull here when you look at him. Masculine up and through his front 1/3, and I appreciate that about him. But again, he transmits that back into a big, bold sprung body. Nice turn to his top over his rib cage and from loin edge to loin edge. Long hip bull, and you get behind him, he's got that expression and that width of pin, that width into that center and lower parts of his quarter. Got a little more advantage that way. But again, a bull, as he moves around the ring, he's got a big foot on on him. He's comfortable in the joint work. He's got some flex in through his pasterns, nice and tight in his sheath, and good testicular development on him. Bull has really got a nice testicular development is this September bull. I like the way those are balanced and certainly hang very nicely, and the medial tendon is where it's supposed to be. Certainly an advantage over the bull that wins the younger class. Again, you get up above that, the bull is a long body, long-sided bull that certainly got a lot of performance. He, too, is a long hip bull, a tremendous amount of length in that hip. Nice tail head setting, a lot of length of muscle. Maybe not quite the expression into that center and lower parts of his quarter, but more than adequate enough in that regard. Again, the way the neck comes out of the top of his shoulder and the way the top of his shoulder forward fits together nicely. Again, he wants to get just a little easy right behind that deal, and that always concerns me because that, for some odd reason, even in our Black Angus breed, when they start to, that's a highly transmittable fact, or not fact, but just a trait. And again, that's a concern always for me because I like those long level tops in cattle, whether it's bulls or females. But again, bull that's got a lot of performance to him. Again, a bull has certainly got a lot of good to him. Again, two individuals here. There's some give and take between these two here, but again, for me, the combination is the younger bull. I'm going to use the November bull to win the division, September for reserve, and congratulations to each one of these young women.
Over here as we start our percentage show in the Belted Galloway division. We've got two single entries. We brought them on out to select this first calf division. I'll talk about them briefly. The young ladies heifer out of the first class, real angular, real striking, real attractive, super high tying there at the top side of her shoulder in terms of how her neck comes out of her skeleton. You know, from there back, she's got some look and some balance about her. You know, maybe a little frailer, a little more refined, not quite as stout and powerful as the heifer right in behind her, but still real striking in terms of her look. And then the belted heifer that stands there right behind her goes to the ground with a little more foot, a little more bone, maybe not quite as up-headed and attractive, maybe not quite as long-spined and extended there from end to end, but got a little more substance, a little more punch to her at the end of the day. I'm going to make this one champion. I'll follow her up with our Class 1 winner for reserve. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
And over in your percentage, Belted Galloway heifer show first place in class 71, and your champion junior heifer calf will go to entry number 15 HMD Josie, exhibited by Henry Dyer. And your first place in class 70 and reserve division will go to entry number 7 Rock Creek Letta James, exhibited by Jeffrey Ellen and Alexa Adler. Congratulations. And catching you up over in your Red Angus Bull Show, first place in Class 45, and your fall calf champion goes entry number 232, RFCC Flash Drive 900L, exhibited by Van Richardson of Menardville, Tennessee. And first place in Class 46, and your reserve division champion will go to entry number 233, WD Pursuit 319, exhibited by Leon Cattle Company, St. Clarksville, Ohio. Congratulations. Now entering the ring will be Class 54 March Yearling Bulls, and their weight per day are as follow. 240 is 2.65, and 241 is 3.
Like over here in our Galloway division, again, we're going to got these two class winners that we're going to bring back out here, and our young ladies heifer out of that first class. Again, one that's got some style, got some look about her. I like her, again, in her spine, out of her hip, out through her tail head's really, really good. You know, maybe, again, not as massive and powerful and opened up as the one right in behind her, but still a quality female. And then our young lady's more solid black heifer here that stands out of that second class. Again, one that's really impressive just in terms of her overall balance. Super good on her feet and legs. She'll be our division champion. We'll follow her up with the other one for reserve. Congratulations.
On our Red Angus side here, a pair of March Junior Yearlings bulls in the competition class here. Again, two good bulls here. Bull that wins the class, though, standing right in front of me. This is the bull here that I really like from a masculinity standpoint and then up and through his head and his neck, and he's built like a bull. I like to have bulls built for this stage of the game. Then you get behind that. He's a long-sided, long-hip bull, carries himself very, very well in that upper one-third. That tail head sets into him the way I like to see it. Again, his big advantage over the bull right behind him is the length of hip and the levelness of hip and the length of muscle, and then the way he sits down on that hind leg with a little more authority as he walks, and then also as he stands, he just drives off that hind leg with a little more confidence than the bull right behind him. Nice tight sheath, well-testicled bull, just a nice March yearling bull out here. Same way with the bull here from his in the center part of his body is where I really appreciate this bull. Nice turn to his top, nice depth of rib in relation to his frame, nice and tight into his sheath. Gets a little tall at the top of his shoulder, and then his bigger factor is just in that rear one-third. This doesn't quite fit together and transition as nicely from hook to pin, and just doesn't drive off that hind leg with the confidence and the authority that I have in my class winner.
Another single entry here, and this one will be an automatic division. Again, a heifer that's real attractive, real good balance. I do like this one at the ground as well. I think her shoulder, her knee is exceptional. She's got enough rib shape and enough turn to her center skeleton. Nice division winner here for this young lady. We'll see how she compares against the rest of those winners when we bring her back out for our champion drive. But congratulations to her.
And catching you up over in your Belted Galloway Percentage Heifer Show, first place and your champion senior percentage heifer calf goes to entry number 32, Oatley's Farm Laney, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. And your reserve champion senior percentage heifer calf goes entry number 22, Yankee Farms Patches, exhibited by Alice Yankee. Congratulations. And first place in your next class, 78 late summer yearling percentage heifers, goes inch number 36, Hendershot Nutella, exhibited by Kristen Hendershot, and she will also be your automatic division champion.
On our Red Angus side, again, a single entry here, and then we'll do a division. This is a January junior yearling. Well, it comes to it's even a little more moderate framed here, but again, he packs just a lot of power and a lot of dimension in a very well-balanced design. Bull that transitions very, very well from nose to tail and spine to floor. Again, very comfortable as he moves around the ring, big-footed, easy pastern, nice set to that hock and handles himself very well. Again, it'll be interesting to see him out here with some competition.
Another single entry over here in a Belted Galloway ring, and again, a heifer that I like. I think it starts at the ground with some foot size, some bone. She's good up through her forearm in terms of offering a little power. You get in behind her, and she's big-topped and stout-hipped, but yet she's still got a nice soft look about her when you get off to the side of her. Quality heifer. Congratulations to this young man.
And first place in Class 80 and automatic champion junior percentage heifer goes inch number 44, HMD Rosie, exhibited by Henry Dyer. Congratulations. We're now ready to select your grand champion percentage Belted Galloway heifer here at the North American. And catching you up over in your Red Angus Bull Show, your division your fall calf champion division winner goes entry number 232, and your reserve fall calf champion goes entry number 233. And first place in Class 56 and automatic senior yearling champion goes entry number 243, HB Lorado 308, exhibited by Twin Willow Farms of Springfield, Missouri, and HB Farms of Midway, Kentucky. And excuse me, we are now selecting your senior yearling champion bull. Again, we're now selecting your senior yearling champion bull.
Like over here in our Belted Galloway ring, we get ready for this champion drive here. And again, a nice set of cattle. Not a lot of numbers. We brought a couple of those single entries out and just let them compete right off the bat for that division. But good group of cattle from end to end. I appreciate the opportunity getting to sort through these things. Thanks to the North American for asking me to evaluate your cattle here today. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you all have had a tremendous trip here and a safe trip home as well. And look forward to seeing y'all around at another livestock event. I'm not sure if we still got a spot or two more to judge. Are we done, Mr. Dawson? So this is going to wrap it up. But again, Thank you for having me. Truly enjoyed it. And congratulations to all you exhibitors. I'm not going to talk the cattle anymore. There's a pair of them that suit me out here in this drive rather handily. I'll go out here and show you the two that I like. But let's give them a big round of applause. And again, thank you for having me.
And your grand champion percentage heifer over in your Belto Galloway ring goes to entry number 32, Oatley's Farm, Laney, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion goes to entry number 44, HMD Rosie, exhibited by Henry Dyer. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors and all your Belto Galloway exhibitors for a successful show.
On our Red Angus side over here, we got our junior yearling division, or I think it's called the senior yearling division here from what my program director says. But again, two class winners out here standing in front of me. Again, two high-quality bulls out here. Some differences between them, and but again, two high-quality bulls. The bull that wins the first class here, the March, in my mind, junior yearling bull. Again, this is really a nice masculine bull, and I really like the way he's made up and defined up and through his head. He's strong in his jaw, and he's got that masculine neck to him. Just transmissions very, very nicely back behind. Long-sided bull's got some dimension to him, long hip, nice tail head setting. Really a nice testicle set to him and sheath set to him. Again, very comfortable as he moves around the ring. The January bull that wins the second class. Again, here's a highly presented bull. A bull that's certainly got a lot of flash and eye appeal to him. A bull that's certainly got that look about him that you like to see. You get behind him. I like the way his advantage is he's a little wider in through his pin set than the bull that wins the younger class. But again, a bull that certainly, as he gets out in motion, certainly has a lot of good things about him. And the way he's made up and through his front 1/3, you know, maybe I'd like to strengthen his jaw just a little bit and strengthen his head just a little bit as you compare him to the bull up ahead. Again, that's just the differences between the two bulls out here. But again, that's how I see him out here. I'll go out and show you how I like him. I'm going to place him. And again, you do the same thing as stand around the ring, because I don't think there's a wrong answer. It'll be between the two class winners for champion and reserve, and I'll show you which ones I like.
And your senior yearling champion Red Angus bull goes to entry number 241, Sandridge Quantum of 3454, exhibited by Sandridge Land and Cattle of Forest, Mississippi. And your reserve senior yearling champion goes to entry number 243, HB Lorado 308L, exhibited by Twin Willow Farms of Springfield, Missouri, and HB Farms of Midway, Kentucky. We are now ready to select your grand champion Red Angus bull here at the North American. And over in your Belto Galloway show, congratulations to your premier breeder, Spring Hill Farms. Congratulations.
Over on a Red Angus side here, this is a selection of our grand champion Red Angus bull at this year's North American. Again, it's been an honor and a privilege for me to stand out here in the middle of the ring And appraise you Red Angus breeders cattle. Again, the bull show numbers weren't all that big, but again, we do have quality here and bulls that certainly go on. As you look at these bulls, they can do some changing for you out here. Again, structural soundness and integrity is a bigger thing, and again, we have that also in our bull show, and I'm glad to see that, and really compliment to you breeders out here for having that. Again, we'll go through the bulls just quickly here. Again, the March bull calf wins that calf division. Just really a burly built bull that's certainly got a lot of power and performance to him. Certainly a bull that's certainly got a lot of promise to him. The bull that wins the next division here, again, just touring around right now. Again, a bull that's very eye appealing here, very eye catching. I like that about him. I love his outline. I like the way he's made and he's put together. Very smooth in his overall pattern. Again, one that's certainly good enough up through his head, through his neck and his body build and that. If I were to change him just a little bit, I'd just like to pull him apart just a little bit more and just power him up just a little bit as you compare him to the bulls further on down the line. I know age has the advantage here. Then our fall bull here that comes next in line, just really a well-built bull, and a bull that's certainly got that masculine look about him. He's got that overall power that I like to see from his forerib on back. I really like the way this bull is made. I like the way he handles himself on the ground. Certainly a bull that's got a lot of good things about him, nice and tight in his sheath and a good testicular develop. It's a little plainer up and through his front 1/3, but again, a bull that certainly offers a lot of good things, brings to the table a lot of positives. Then a bull that wins our older division here. Again, this is a bull that just he puts just together a lot of things when you look at a bull from a power standpoint and then also from a build standpoint. Also, he's a lean bull, but again, he's got that shape and muscle shape and design to him. I like to see, the way he's made over his rib cage and the way he transitions out of the top of his shoulder over his forerib and back into his rib cage, loin edge to loin edge, long and lean in his underline, nice and tight in his sheath, excellent testicular development, and hits the ground with that confidence that you'll like to see. Reserves, just ever so slight differences in that regard, but again, high quality cattle. I'll go out and show you the one I like, and again, you do the same because there's differences out here and there's differences in opinion and cow herds out here because there's complements. The bulls out here could complement a lot of cows in a lot of different ways. So with that, again, if you would, put your hands together and give these breeders, exhibitors, and owners a round of applause, as well as the North American, and thank you very much.
And ladies and gentlemen around ringside, could you please give a round of applause for Mr. Doug Satry for coming out and evaluating your show. And your grand champion Red Angus bull here at the 2024 North American goes to entry number 241, Sand Ridge Quantum 3454, exhibited by Sand Ridge Land and Cattle of Forest, Mississippi. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion Red Angus bull goes to entry number 243, HB Lorado 308L, exhibited by Twin Willow Farms of Springfield, Missouri, and HB Farms of Midway, Kentucky. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We'd also like to congratulate your premier breeder, and it goes to Four Corners of Illinois. Congratulations. And we'd also like to congratulate your premier exhibitor to Sand Ridge Land and Cattle of Forest, Mississippi. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors for a successful Red Angus show.